So, let me lay it down for you. Just climbed up a hill. The idea behind Vinyl Rats on this first episode is there's been some really great music in the last 100 years of recorded music. Some really, really great music, inspiring, change your life type stuff. You know, a clarion call to rebellion. And whilst you can't change the world with a song, much as though it'd be lovely if you could, you can uplift yourself. You can appreciate the work of an artist. And the reason I'm doing this on Mixcloud is because Mixcloud will allow me to play the entire album from start to finish and let you just experience it and give you a little bit of information so you can go and find out more stuff. Okay? So the idea kind of comes from Henry Rollins, ex-lead singer of Black Flag, spoken word bod, film star, interesting and very real guy, seems genuine to me. So this is for you, Henry, this first episode. The first episode of Vinyl Rats is going to be the first Ramones album. I think it changed a lot of things. I think it's an important record, and more importantly, I have a copy on vinyl, an original pressing, which I'm going to play over on Team Human. So what I would say is you need to find yourself 45 minutes to an hour of your own time. It's very important you're not interrupted. I would say it's probably a good idea to find some headphones so you can just really hear it without any distraction. Get yourself a drink. Have something to drink. Have something to eat beforehand. Prepare as if you were preparing for a ritual, which it kind of is. And I'm going to play all of the Ramones' first album, Ramones. And I'm not going to say anything. There's going to be a bit of a lead-in, just so if anybody stumbles across it, this is me playing the Ramones type shit, and maybe a bit of theatrical soundscaping to put you in the mood. If you want to go into a full sensory enclosure, you know, so where you're just like churches do. Here's a sip of wine. Here's a piece of bread. Here is the smell of the incense. Here is something for you to touch. So maybe you need to touch something, smell something, eat something, feel something. And I'll provide everything you need to hear. So we're going to play into it. We're going to try and make it an event where you sit down and you take time out to listen to a record. Because Henry Rollins on one of his interviews said, there's no one I would sit and listen to records with because they would only interrupt and move and do stuff. And they would, interrupt my ability to enjoy an album. To enjoy an album in all of the ways that you're supposed to enjoy it. Just concentrate on it and listen to it in the order it was put on the record. Now that doesn't really count with the Ramones. This is literally just them putting a bunch of songs in order on a record. It's a 14-track album. It's a lot of songs, but still only 45 minutes. And then in the middle, when I turn over the side of the album that I'll be playing, I'll tell you a bit about the record and a bit about the band. And then when I finish playing the second side, I'm going to tell you about, I'm going to tell you what the next record's going to be. And if you want to listen to it, you can find yourself some time in which to listen to it, whether that's your lunch break or anything like that, where you find a tiny space of your own time to do something that, will be pleasurable. An appreciation of a type of art that I can actually play for you. Listen to another one. So there will always be a kind of silent video. I've already put up a video for Vinyl Rats that is the studio where I'm recording it, so you can see I'm not dicking around. I'm trying to provide the best experience I can with the equipment that I have. I'm playing the best records that I have. I'll see, and I am going to need your feedback. I'm going to need to know people are listening, or I'm just going to carry on playing the records that I want to play to some imaginary, listener base out in the future somewhere. Maybe never. But it's kind of like I feel this urge to curate some of the really good records that I have. Maybe that's just me trying to help people, trying to give them something good. So this is the idea. So if I did wonder when I was coming up with this concept, why would anybody listen to me talking about the record or bother to listen to it on my channel? It's true that you could go and listen to it on YouTube. In all probability, you can listen to nearly every album, every classic album that's ever been made. It's somewhere on YouTube. It's somewhere on the Pirate Bay. It's somewhere where you can go download it. If you're middle class enough, it's somewhere where you could buy it on iTunes. But that's an infinite repository of music, nearly. Where do you start? So the purpose of a librarian is to occasionally, to the interested child, suggest a book. So this is like being a music librarian. I think you'll benefit from hearing this. I think it would, open up some imagination for you. So maybe put a candle on, put some silent visuals on, if you have to. Or you could just close your eyes and listen to the damn record, as Henry Rollins would say. So this is your fault, Mr. Rollins. I will spend some time trying to do just that and trying to be a good listening companion and try and be informative to the audience that may not have heard these records. And I will seek out records that I think are worth listening to. But I have got like a big stack of records that I think, you know what, this would be a good thing to listen to. So I'm curating my purpose, the reason you might come to Vinyl Rats, rather than just go onto YouTube and listen to a random album, is you really know which albums were great? You really have all the opinions? Or could you stand to sit down and listen to the work of an artist that was trying to tell you something interesting? So yeah, so I've invented my own job, and I have to step through the soap bubble of reality occasionally and go and actually earn some money. But in the reality I choose, this is my job, without reward, without notice, without thanks, without adulation, just going to do it. Be nice if you suggested records, be nice if you told me what you think, but it's not necessary. So yeah, I look forward to having you visit the studio, or the Funk Bunker, or the top of the lighthouse, or the side of a mountain, or the disused record shop after the apocalypse. And that's where you're going to find me, your music librarian. Pause for a dramatic effect. Yeah, so enjoy. Hope it works out for you. Hope it's a new thing, Oh, I could sit down and listen to a record and just do that. Okay? Maybe put on some incense if you really want to. Maybe have a nice drink of something good. Because I'm going to, certainly. So yeah. Thanks for indulging me, and do take care.